Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Tanks Xbox Edition. I am Knight in Phoenix. Today I'm taking out the T54E1. That's the American Tier 9 medium tank. The map is Highway. It is a standard battle. So this is, I believe, my third, maybe fourth game in the T54E1. So the tank is still stock. Stock tank gives you a tier 8 gun. It's a 90mm. It's an autoloader. You see it has 5 shots. Takes approximately 25-30 seconds to reload. Biggest gripe at this point, I'm a tier 9 vehicle and the gun that I have has 173mm of penetration. Seems a bit on the low side to me. The premium ammo does 250 penetration. But again, I mean, to reload that, I've got to do another 25-30 seconds. And then once it's loaded, I'm pretty much committed to firing off all 5 rounds. You can't just switch back and forth. So I'm not going to be very useful in head-to-head combat. I'm going to have to learn real quick how to get alongside or behind the enemy. And 173mm of pen should work on the sides and the rear. So anyway, getting the first grade isn't, the first upgrade isn't too bad. It's only, I think it's 21,000 XP. However, it doesn't upgrade the gun. It just upgrades the engine, the tracks, and the radio. So you're still, even after the first upgrade, have 173mm of pen on that 90mm gun. There is a second upgrade, and it is the last upgrade. Gets you a new gun, goes to 105mm, which gives you 210 pen, which is going to be certainly more competitive in Tier 9, Tier 10 games. Damage will also go from 240 on the 90mm to 390 on the 105. And it also doesn't have a lot of armor, but that's pretty much expected for a medium. But when you got a ridge to your left and an STI decides he's going to pull out in front of you, he knows I was here. He took a shot at me already, so I'm not quite sure why he did that. I think I managed to put 2 shots that actually penetrated his side. The third one, which was still into his side, bounced. I do not have 6th Sense in this tank yet, so you see I just took a shot from the Arty. Always hate to see this early in the game that the Arty is now targeting you. But at least we've got this ridge here, so the guys down on the other side can't shoot me. I just have to keep moving a little bit and hopefully throw off the Arty. So at this point we have a pretty good amount of friendlies who have joined me over here, and the enemy on the other side of the ridge look like they're starting to back off. So I'm thinking, okay, we've got 3 heavies. It's going to keep their attention. Time to go around and see if I can't flank these guys. So like I said earlier, 173mm of pen, really this tank is, the only way it's going to really be all that effective is to be able to flank somebody. The biggest issue here is it's wide open. There's no place for me to really hide. If there's somebody sitting back up on that hill, up in like A8, A9, I'm going to be exposed. They're going to be able to put shots into me. However, we did get 2 shots into the T29 and take him out of the game. A couple of shots into the STI. He returns one, and I'm looking at this point, okay, we've got a couple of friendlies right around him. I'm pretty sure that STI is looking at me, and I'm just going, come on, kill him, kill him, kill him before he kills me. And we do manage to take him out of the game. Okay, so here I almost try to drive out of bounds. I find I do this a lot more on the Xbox One than I did on the 360. A lot more grass and stuff, just hiding that boundary line. Alrighty, enemy T54E1 sitting out there in the open and not taking any evasive action. Now this is one of my biggest complaints about this gun too, besides the penetration. It loads faster than it aims. So every time you take a shot, your circle blooms. You have to wait for it to come back down. So I missed a couple of shots on the 54E1 because I did not let that circle completely shrink back down. So I may experiment with this. I may put, I can't remember the name of the piece of equipment at the top of my head here that decreases your aim time by 10%. See if that doesn't help. I did put some equipment on here. I think vents, I can't remember what the other two are, but I'm pretty sure one was not that decreased aim time, and I'm pretty sure it's available. Alright, so we had a Borsig sitting out there in the open, and again, he was not moving. He disappeared after my first shot. My first shot said it was critical. Typically, when a target disappears and you get a critical hit, you end up tracking them, at least in my experience. So it was worth the shells and the reload time here to just keep pumping shots into where he was. And we did get a couple more shots on him. Or he learned how to play from the T54E1, and once you're spotted, you freeze. You don't go anywhere. I don't know how that works out. Alright, so we got a Artie up there. We hit the auto lock button and we get a lock. Why I got a lock? I don't know. I can't see this guy. There's no hope of me ever hitting him. So we'll just resume pushing towards their base. Pretty even scores right now. We're down one tank. So biggest concern at this point is all the enemy vehicles that we no longer see. Last I recall seeing two enemy heavies around K7. So they are probably pushing along that K line to the west. They're going to be moving into our flag. Now we did just temporarily spot another heavy just north of the town. That still leaves one more heavy in the artillery, which we don't know where they are. So at this point we have nobody back by our flag to defend it. It doesn't appear they have anybody back by their flag to defend it. I think this is just going to be a cap game. Like I just said, I'm reasonably confident. Okay, now there's one of their heavies that showed up by our flag, took out one of our artillery. I know he had a buddy with him. Whether that's the guy who's currently in D7 or... No, actually there's two of them down there in K3 now. So they're probably going to be going into the flag. So our best chance at this time to win this game is to try and cap it before they... Okay, now they're in our flag. We're 4 seconds from capping. The IS just hit one of our guys. Reset our cap. If that IS hits another one of us, it could end up being a draw. So I'm going to back up, see if I can't get a shot. If I can't take this IS out of the game, keep him from resetting again. So 4 or 5 shots later, we finally do take out the IS. We're 5 seconds from capping. Enemy is 20 plus seconds from capping, and we do win the game. So once again, capping was really the only viable option to win this game, and that's what we did. So a quick look at the post-game stats here. We did make 32,000 silver. This was the first time, so we get the 2-time multiplier, 3758 experience. We did 2,853 damage. We did manage to block 640. And we also did get 3 kills in this one. You know, I don't see a lot of T54E1s in-game. On occasion you'll see them, but not very often. You know, there aren't a lot of upgrades in it, so it doesn't probably take all that long to blow through it and get to the tier 10, what's it, the T57 Heavy. Like I said, I'm 3-4 games into it. I'm kind of enjoying it at this point. I mean, it is definitely a support tank. It's not going to be a frontline, in-your-face, brawling kind of tank. I think for me the best thing to try to do is find those situations where you've got your heavies or even your tank destroyers who are face to face with the enemy and figure out the best method of getting around and flanking the enemy and shooting them in the sides. Alrighty, so that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I would appreciate it if you would click the like button. If you have any comments, questions, leave them in the comment section below. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. You'll get notifications of when I post new videos. And as always, I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.